The Kuril Islands again. And here we go again. Years passed. Mission prep is different, but the problems to solve are the same. We're heading ashore. The wind forecast is one thing, reality's another, but we got ready. Testing dry suits, testing out the new comm setup, drilling our team coordination. Let's see how it goes. The sketchiest thing is that my buoyancy gets messed up to the point where I can't swim. It should have been deflated. Oh, deflated. Well, let's try deflating. Look! Here we are a whole goddamn year later, and I'm back on the Kuril Islands. Whatever anyone says, I like it here. Well, what's happening now, the crew has successfully shipped over Kamchatka to the Kurils. No time for acclimatization. Last year we conquered the Alade Strait and the first Kuril Strait. Now we're looking at the second Kuril Strait between Paramashur and Shamshu. We can blast through it in no time if the wind's pumping. The problem is, we don't really have a good read on the wind conditions out there. Jet ski, you need to follow Kostya's track exactly. Stay close, leave no gap. We just executed a proper rescue drill. To be honest, we check everything. I thought there'd be some wind out there. Went out, worked the waves, but no, absolutely nothing. You know what? Let's just go. How far is it from Ansiferov? 10 miles. 10 miles, right? So, 20 kilometers. Well, in decent wind, it's about an hour. In crosswind, we'll have to tack, so it'll be longer. When you're kiting there, training hard, and doing 50 kilometers every single day, well, the biggest strait, what is it, less than 80 kilometers, we blast through it in 3 hours flat. It seemed like we might be able to knock out 2 shorter straits a day, or 1 long crossing, and then one after another we'd string together the entire Kuril Ridge. No, nothing panned out. The wind conditions are super tricky, well, at least for me. They're unpredictable. On paper, all the straits are easily doable in our usual riding wind. The wind is good, and steady now. Let's go. We have all the gears, comm, supports, zodiacs, team, everything's perfect. We can ride, we can set a record, but for that we need steady wind from any direction. And what we see here means the wind is complex. Gearing up. Take 2. Kite up! See that shallow spot? We walk out to it. Don't get on the boards until then. It's way too shallow. The wind might be more solid on that side. Let's scope it out, see what's going on. Let's go. We've reached the cape, the southernmost cape of Paramashur Island. The wind is easterly, quite strong, a bit gusty. Now we'll try to get set up and get moving. Hold up, let's talk about that strait. So we went out, and boom, super gnarly gusty wind right in the shore break. Kostya's on the move. Vladimir's still near the island. We've lost comms with both. We're turning around now to try and get back into radio range. Started out all good. Then, maybe 5 kilometers out, the wind got all choppy and inconsistent. Then, right in the middle of the crossing, the wind just shut off. Guys, come get it! The wind is tapped out. Throw it in the water! No one made it across? No way. Man, I was all over the place. Total chaos out there. The wind was sketchy as hell, just brutal gusts. Got launched off my board twice and my kite kept going inside out. Once that happens, your chances are almost zero. So yeah, sometimes this is what your record attempt looks like. Tomorrow's showing a decent wind. Actually, it's about the 4th Kuril. But the wind is southerly. It's a headwind. Well, no, it's worth a try. Better to try than sit here doing nothing. Taking wind readings for the team to have a clean launch. And it's dead. Completely dead. Not a breath in the strait either. No wind tomorrow, no wind the day after. Weird. Why do we have to bail? Because the swell's coming from the seaside. Alright then, let's head to that sanatorium you guys suggested. We'll stand and wait for the right weather there. We need to be at this place by 6 o'clock. Well then, why are we standing around? If it's clearing, we'll head north. Oh, there's a killer whale, right here nearby. We're heading up the mountain again to check out a volcano crater. Plus we can scout the wind conditions up there, so hopefully we can try kitesurfing. There's no wind today. Perfect chance to stretch out legs and get some hiking in. Besides all these crossings we're doing, you know, our idea to connect the entire Kuril Ridge. Why are we doing this? To show off the Kuril Ridge, to show off its nature, to show off its beauty, and to show via kitesurfing. You can see the Kuril Islands by boat, you can see the Kuril Islands from the shore, and you can see the Kuril Islands from a helicopter. And you can see the Kuril Islands by kite. So, we've completed the ascent to the Krenitsin volcano caldera, Lake Koltsovoin, and Onakaten Island. And the whole team's here. Now we'll have some quick tea, then we're getting back on the ship to escape the incoming hurricane. Waiting in Severokurilsk for the storm to pass, right? Yes. You know, they say about weather like this, even a bad owner wouldn't let his dog out for a walk. Yeah, no way. The swell is already building strong. And here we were thinking we can go for a walk. It's gonna be a very difficult launch now. A very hard, dangerous launch. Lots of rocks, the wind doesn't reach the shore, and it's completely unclear how we do it. What's the max wind? 25. Got it. 25 what? Knots. The kite's flying away! Grab it! Abort launch! There's no clear launch zone. The wind isn't channeling cleanly here. We can't get a clean launch. Therefore, cancel. Plus, there's a strong wind of up to 20 meters per second in the strait, and we're not confident we can make the crossing in this wind. The feelings are complicated, but we're now on our 8th day on the water. It's not like we're doing nothing. Every day is intense. We end 3 starts on the second Kuril Strait. 3. And it's small. Where we plan to cross it, it's less than 2 kilometers wide. And thinking about our history, when we started in 2018 with Mauritius Reunion, 200 kilometers, 9.5 hours, but we passed it. Then one of the longest was Cuba, Mexico. 231 kilometers, 11.5 hours. And here's a small strait less than 2 kilometers wide, and we can't cross it. Very strong. Hope we manage. Board on your feet, push the bar out. Attaboy, get that board on. Eyes on the kite, that'll make it easier. You need to get flat, go with the wind. You keep on falling to the right. Nice, there you go. And you're off. The beach is right there, you can almost touch it, and suddenly, bam, and the wind's dead. I eat it and splash down. But I can see the kite still flying. The shore's a spitting distance away. So what, you tap out? Call for pickup? Nah, that doesn't sit right. That's not how kiters do it, you know? Go, 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 go! Little more, almost there! You gotta hit the beach, this is a record! Come on! Just a bit left, just 10 more meters! That's it, I'm ashore. At our trademark insane speed, we've set a brand new world record. A somewhat sideways world record. My right side, that is. To be honest, I've never pulled off anything like that before. I think I lost count of how many times my kite fell down. Thanks to Kostya's masterful teaching, I managed to get it back up every time. As many times as it went down. So guys, what can I say? See, I set off literally 10 minutes too late, and the wind wasn't enough. I mean, I didn't even make it halfway. It's painful not to finish the crossing myself, but I'm really happy for my friend. He completed the entire distance, and we've set a world record. Wow. So, congrats on the record, eh? Yes! Team won, but you were the only one who made it. Yeah, it turned out kinda sketchy, of course. The most unusual record, set by body dragging. A record's a record. Good job, man. And hey, the fact that I at least strapped the board on you, you owe me one. Yes, that's a separate round of drinks on you. So here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Yes! Editor-in-chief of the Russian Book of Records, Alexei Svitsunov. 2 whole records! Might have finished on his butt, but he did it. Wow, wow. And there they are, look. Today we're crossing from Onektin Island to Mankarush Island. This is the 5th Kuril Strait. We got up early. The forecast is pretty terrible. After 12 o'clock, the cloud cover sets in and the wind starts to die down. If we can rock and roll before 12 o'clock, that would be great. Well, the track is 35 kilometers. I covered 28 kilometers before I finally realized I couldn't lift the kite. Yeah, we got going a little late, and the wind just decided to clock off early today. The first, 40 minutes? That was just amazing. The first 20 kilometers. And Vladimir, still on the last of the wind, reached almost to the island. But unfortunately, with such a strong current and such a light wind, he just couldn't make it. And the hardest thing for me was deciding that that's it, I'm quitting the race. I fell for the first time. There was no wind, it just died. I kept poking around in the water, which meant I managed to get the kite up. Well, I covered a bit of distance with some powerful tacks, but hope the kite crashes yet again. Try swinging through the kite loop. Good, well done. Keep the bar away from you. How you feeling? Clamp your right hand and try to draw the start right away. And who's this? Cod. And the other one? Let's try to lift it. Try swimming away from him. Swim away from him. So it just didn't happen today. We didn't make it. Gotta pray to the sea gods, to the wind gods, to let us ride tomorrow. One. Our stations close at 27 knots, and it's already 33 out there. It's seeming like another canceled trip. Well guys, yesterday was certainly one of the most memorable days of my life. The 3rd Kuril Strait from Onektin Island to Antisfarov Island. The wind's pumping, a solid 15 meters per second. That was heavy. It was a proper battle out there. Honestly, I thought it was a no-launch day. What do you think? The wind is going at it. I've not ridden in wind like this before. Never? Honestly, no. I'm gonna depower here, because the wind is too strong. We check the wind conditions. They look complicated. We discuss it among ourselves. Kostya says, "So what do you think? Should we call it off?" Well, it's borderline. I knew this was basically our last attempt. Yes, if we hadn't made the crossing yesterday, we wouldn't have set the record. We were doing well. I thought I was pointing straight into the wind. The wind died down near the mountain, and I had to release the kite and paddle back lying on the board. Is he on the shore? He's on the shore, yes. An hour battling the whitewater to go switch, less than a quarter of the distance. I'm already exhausted, really tired, almost ready to raise my hand and say, guys, that's it, I'm done. Well, then there was the evacuation story. A heavy shore break, taller than my height, a huge number of underwater rocks. So the boat might have made it to the shore, but we definitely wouldn't have made it back from shore. The crew rallied for the rescue buoy, arrived, threw it in the water, and nudged it right up to me. I somehow collected my thoughts, waited for the net, dove in, one wave, second one, and before I knew it, I was already at the rescue ring. High five! Well done, man! And then I see the kite is still up. It hasn't fallen. There's power, the board is still going, I'm still up and haven't frozen yet. What else can you ask for? So I got back up and riding on the port tack. Vladimir, do you hear me? Get on starboard tack now. Stay away from the rocks, we won't be able to get you. The spot's dangerous as hell. Let's go check out that beach. Vladimir, do not go straight, we cannot retrieve you there. The sketchiest part was when I approached the Antisphere offshore, the hardest part. The wind was hitting land, creating crazy turbulence, and throwing gusty punches in my face. Don't edge hard, bear off, send the kite down and ride into it. Perfect, just perfect. And now you'll see the beach right behind this cliff. You can ride in there. So much stress watching there, guys. Swim, Vladimir, swim! The beach is right there, just a little bit more. Well, Kostya, another done. Shore to shore crossed. Shore to shore. Congratulations. Thank you. What, didn't you expect me? Yes! Well done, we made it! Well, the expeditionary spirit is, first and foremost, a team effort. You've got to have a good team. Everyone's moving as a team towards the same goal. Everyone supports and encourages each other. Everyone cares about each other. We are right now on the Kuril Islands, at the edge of the world. Sitting at the edge of the world, dangling your legs and chatting is an amazing experience. And this edge is where we've decided to kite surf. And no one has ever kite surfed here before. Without a doubt, this is something brand new. We're developing this story as we go. To achieve this, you really need a kind of kite-specific offshore safety kit, a tracking kit, something like the Garmin InReach Mini VHF radio. All these things need to be present when you're heading out into the open ocean, because getting lost in the open ocean is easy, but being found, well, that's another story. So far, we've done the first Kuril Strait, the second Kuril Strait, Alade, and the third Kuril Strait. We haven't made it to the fifth, and we haven't even considered the fourth. We'll see what happens next. Svistanov asks for a stone from the island. Yes, but get him one that looks like the island. The main thing is that the shape matches.